We got our fresh new rinse conveyor here from Pennsylvania, AZS brusher equipment. And we're getting ready to test it out. So first thing is we got to fill this guy up with water. Got that sealed. Now we're going to turn the water on and fill it up. Inside here is an 80-gallon tank. So we're letting the water line in. We got a water inlet filter here. It's going to fill the tank. What's cool about it is this recycles the 80 gallons of water and filters it out, takes the sediment out and repumps it. So you're saving and conserving a lot of water. So we don't end up with a big swamp from washing all the vegetables. And then we have a final rinse component on this one. You can kind of see in here. This is spinning when the motor's turned on. And the last 20% of the water is clean water, not recycled, right? To do the finish rinse. And then we can put in hydrogen peroxide or ozone water in there for food safety to give it the disinfectant, reduce, discourage microbial growth so that the vegetables have a longer shelf life. And that's a big plus, is to be able to have a longer shelf life. It has a special little valve in there that, like, when it gets full, then it stops automatically. This machine will be able to wash mostly root vegetables, but it can also do bunch greens. We have the sensitivity here. We can control the conveyor speed, the pump speed, and then the pressure. You can turn it where, like, on some things it would like peel the skin off of the vegetables, and that's too much, you know, so you have to dial it in to the correct pressure. So here we're gonna have a conveyor. We can turn this guy on. We're still testing it out. We got to get it in its final location. 3 is a good number. We're gonna start it out at 3 and see how that goes. So right here we're gonna match our conveyor speed. This is the rinse conveyor. This is the feed conveyor here. And then the final section is where the vegetables are going to come out of here, land on the sorting table, where we can give it a final rinse if needed. And then we can sort out, like, someone will be on that side picking out all the small ones. Somebody can be here picking out the big ones. And somebody can be at the head picking out all the off grade. And so at the end, we'll have, you know, 3 different grades of carrots or beets that we, you know, would sell at different prices. So this is what we're going to start with. We got black radishes here, and they're not as black as we'd like them to be because they got all the soil on them. So we're going to see, they just got harvested, and we're going to put them through. We got an order to fulfill. Prior to this, we were with a hose, hand washing. It takes hours and hours to clean everything we need. So here you can have your grading process. Like, so you can find the ones with the defects and also size them. And I didn't have one of the final rinse setting set, so you still have a little bit of mud on it. So I'm gonna try push it through one more time on some of these ones that need a little bit more. Normally by hand, it's about maybe 75 to max 100 pounds per hour. And this machine will be able to put us up to 400 pounds per hour. It's nice because you can just go to the same spot and the beets are there because it keeps coming around in a circle. So you don't have to stretch and reach for them. Yeah, I don't think anybody on our team is excited to wash vegetables one at a time by hand. This requires maybe a little touching up, but it's pretty dang clean. These are beautiful beets. Look at that color. Isn't that insane, that color? It's like so vibrant. Beautiful, beautiful beets grown in good organic soil, but there's a lot of work, a lot more work. Not only you got to plant the seeds, you have to water them, you have to weed the crop, you have to fertilize it, you got to pull them out of the ground, and then, surprisingly, one of the most time-consuming process actually cleaning the vegetables. So we've been cleaning them by hand for way too long, like 10 years already. And so it's about time we had this upgrade so that we'll be able to do a lot more work on the farm with much less labor, because this will be able to save us a lot of time. And it's better for morale because nobody likes to sit there by hand and spray them all one at a time. It takes hours to get it soaking wet, and at the end you don't have very much. We should be able to do 2,000 pounds this morning very quickly. It'll probably take us a couple hours instead of the whole day. So it's a big improvement. This is the Chioggia beet, also known as the candy beet or the candy cane beet, because it looks like a candy cane. And that's the inside of it. You want to try to get them single layer, so the sprayers come from the bottom and the top. So far we got the candy beets, the black radishes, and up next is the traditional red beets. Ah, why is that turn off like that now? So this is the famous Spanish black radish, the spiciest of all radishes, loaded with glucosinates and sulforaphane. It's got a nice white color on the inside, the black skin. This vegetable has the highest anthocyanin content of any vegetable due to the dark pigment in the skin. And very, very spicy. If you're feeling tired, you take a bite of this, you'll wake right up. And this is the crowd favorite. Everybody loves a good red beet for your borscht, for your soup, to shred in your salads. Just a beautiful dark red color on the inside. We're harvesting beets and radishes today. They both take approximately 2 months to grow, give or take, depending on the variety. With both the black radish and all the kinds of beets, we will direct seed those in the ground. So we plant the seeds in the ground in a prepared field. We add the water. It takes about 2 months to be able to get them to the correct size. And then a big chunk of the labor is used in harvesting and washing. And now we're reducing the time on the wash, which is very exciting. You know, it's even kid-friendly for washing. It's like anybody would want to help with this process because, you know, you got this beautiful machine and it's just doing most of the work for you. Super, super happy with the results.